Hey guys, I'm going racing this weekend, so I'm going to go through things I do on my bike and my equipment to make sure everything is ready before I go racing. So maybe you can learn something. And before we get started, I have a big announcement I think many people will be excited about on my channel, and that is I'm actually going to publish level 2 of my 4D body position program for free access this weekend, because I want this knowledge to get out to people. This is a scientifically structured program, how you learn to ride correctly with the most efficiency and the least effort when you're riding, and the most control when you go fast as well. And it's built up in 4 levels, as you probably know, where you have to learn level 1 before you learn level 2 and build on top of that, and then level 3, level 4. Anyways, now let's get started with the bike prep video. So whenever I go racing, I do a couple of checks that I normally don't do. For example, starting with my equipment, I'll clean my goggles, and I'll use goggles that have tear-offs, and I'll also make sure the tear-offs are clean. And then I'll bring extra earplugs or cotton to put in my ears, because you can focus a lot better on the race start when it's really loud if you cover your ears with something so it's not too overwhelming, so you get distracted from simply the loud noises. And then I will make sure that my GoPro or Garmin camera is charged and memory is available on it, so I can do some good videos. Now regarding the bike, which is probably the main thing that you're interested in, I make sure all the important main bolts are tight. So I just check, starting from the top and down, I check my handlebar bolts are tight, that they didn't loosen up over time through vibration. And I'll check also the bolts for the controls, so the brake lever bolts and the clutch mounting bolts. And then I'll do the same with the triple clamps for the suspension and all the way down, also to the axle nut and hinge bolts down there. And you can do the same for the brake caliper, by the way. Now let's move further back on the bike. I'll also check the subframe mounting bolts and the engine mounting bolts. Like basically you go through all the structural bolts, so you make sure that nothing falls off that should stay on the bike, basically. Also your shifting pedal and your brake pedal. And then, of course, moving further back, you also want to check your axle nut and your seat bolts. You know, I even saw a professional race where Jason Anderson, world champion of Supercross, where his seat fell off during a race. So he had to finish the race without a seat on. A bit of extra challenge and good entertainment, but you probably don't want to be that guy, right? Also, make sure that you check all the spokes, both the front wheel and the rear wheel. Make sure all the spokes are tight. And now, little bonus tip, let's grab the camera here. You also maybe want to sharpen your foot pegs so they are sharp, because if it's rainy or muddy and they're not sharp, then your feet can slip off, especially if you're loading the foot pegs hard, which you should, of course, right? So sharpen the foot pegs, make sure the seat doesn't fall off, make sure your handlebar and controls don't loosen up and get out of control. And then you basically have your whole riding triangle secured. It's going to work well. And then make sure that the wheels are properly tight with the spokes, and that the wheels don't fall off with the axle nuts and stuff. And the subframe as well, like the bolts here, and there's also one in here. Make sure all that is tight. And also you can check your exhaust mounting bolts, because the exhaust is one of the most prone parts that can loosen up, because it has the most vibration. I even had to weld a crack in my exhaust. It had a crack development here because it's a 2-stroke cone pipe. So you can also go over your exhaust mounting bolts and springs and look over it if there's any cracks, especially if it's 2-stroke custom pipe. And of course, this is basic knowledge. You want to check all your fluids. So that's your coolant, engine oil level. You also want to have a quick look at your brake fluid levels here and wherever it is down on your bike, right? On the back brake. Yeah, so that was a bit about my race bike prep for the race. Wish me luck, and make sure you're subscribed if you want to see my racing vlog from the race next week. But in any case, thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. To watch the full version of my advanced riding videos and support the development of this channel, click the join button below and become a member. And thereby you will get access to exclusive videos where I go through the most advanced skill levels, and also explaining things from a physics standpoint, because I have a background in science and thereby studying physics. So I'm able to explain actual riding technique and the mechanics of riding, also bike setup, in a way that you don't see on many other channels. Also, I share my own step-by-step methods on how I track my own progress and riding technique development. So if you're interested in that, consider becoming a member and clicking the join button. And if you like tropical island holidays, visit fitcamp5.com for my 2-time TripAdvisor award-winning training camp, where we train fitness and action sports together while learning to live a healthy lifestyle and, maybe most importantly, have fun at the same time. And if you're really serious about improving yourself, you should definitely check out my full online courses, where I share step-by-step programs on how I developed my own routines over the last 12 years as a CEO, working in 4 different countries, while being a successful competitive athlete with more than 20 years of experience in fitness and nutrition. Check the link in the description for that. And in any case, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, be awesome, believe in yourself, and see you on the next one.